Hello friends. Nowadays we are mostly hearing the terms on Hadoop. So before knowing about what is Hadoop, so we must know what is the difference between the Hadoop and the relational database management system what we have followed before. I am going to explain the few terms like very basic differences between the Hadoop and relational database. So let's see this video. So in the traditional database, so firstly in the traditional database we will be following the schema or a model, so that must be defined before loading the data. Say for example, we are going to have a table called student and we need to insert the details of the student in the table. So before having the data, we will make sure like whether the table is having the serial number or roll number or the student name, the student's age and student subject. So we will be having this basic information before getting the data or loading the data. And then there is a limitation of loading. So say for example you are using the Oracle DB or SQL DB, so the size is limited. You cannot load huge records in a speedy manner. There is always a limitation, like 1 million records. If you want to load it, it will be very slow. And when you want to retrieve a data from the 2 million or 3 million records, it will be very slow. So this is the problem with the traditional database, with the loading and the retrieval and the way we load it. So in order to overcome this, we go to the Hadoop. So what is Hadoop? So here what we will be doing is we will be take the data first and then we will be defining the schema based on the data. Okay, so say for example, same in the student table, how we will be collecting is like initially we will be collecting the data like student's roll number, student name, student place, then student's subject, then student's grade, etc. So all the informations about the student we will be collecting as a data, and then we will be putting the data into a file system. So once we put the data into the file system, from there we will define our own schema, which may have student's number and student's name alone as one schema, or student's name and student's grade alone as one schema. So from the available data we can form various number of schemas as per our requirement. So here there is no limitation in the size of data. You can take as much of data you need and you can prepare the schemas as much as you want. So we are having the flexibility in this, and then comparing to the relational database, we are having a faster retrieval of data in the Hadoop. So I will explain like how the retrieval is so fast. There are many programs called MapReduce. So using that, the retrieval is very fast in the Hadoop. Okay, so this is a basic difference between the relational database and the Hadoop. So why and where we are going to use the Hadoop system? So in a real time, while collecting the network information or black box information from the aeroplane or the industrial information, in these cases if you see means in the network information, say for example from Vodafone, O2 or Airtel. So in these cases if you want to collect the informations, like you want the customer details, then from which time to which time the customer has spoken to which number, then what are the messages he transferred. So we are getting a lot of details. So for all these details we cannot predefine a schema and then load this large number of data. So what will we basically do is like we will collect all the data into the Hadoop file system and then we will plan our schema. The same applies for the black box informations what we receive from the aeroplane, and then the industrial informations like the employees working there, and then the manufacturers things, then what all the different products we are manufacturing and what is their uses. So all these will be collected into a Hadoop file system. Then from there we will be defining a schema. So this is the basic difference between the relational database and the Hadoop, and how we are using the Hadoop. So thanks for watching this video. So in my next video I am going to explain about the Spark and Flume. So please subscribe my videos. Thank you.